Well, good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson, and let's go in and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going over into your future. So, starting off, as you can see by the title, a gradual drying trend may arrive late this week. Yes, a gradual drying trend may arrive late this week. And so, what does that mean? We're going to get into that and what we're looking at in terms of model data for later on this week. And then we're also going to go on and maybe take a little look at the tropics as well. Nothing, currently right now that they're really watching for, but a low pressure may try to develop. All of that we're going to go in and talk about. So what's on tap for tonight? Heavy rainfall. That heavy rainfall threat tonight, Tuesday. Continued unsettled pattern through at least midweek. A cutoff low slash trough keeps daily rain chances elevated Wednesday and Friday, and a somewhat drier trend possible late week slash the weekend. All of that we're going to go in and talk about. But first, before we even get into that, what's going on in terms of our current conditions? Well, as you can see, we have rainfall going on from the PD to the Grand Strand to the Low Country, even over inside of the more northern Midlands area. We are seeing some rainfall activity right now. And in fact, we even have a flash flood warning. Flash flood warning for North Hartsville going into Clyde and the KUDG airport. Not quite sure what airport that is, but North Hartsville and Clyde are the areas in South Carolina that is under a flash flood warning right now. Radar indicated right now, it says up to 6 inches of rain has already fallen already, and more rainfall could fall from it as well. You can see we have some rainfall up here towards the northwestern portions that could fall in that area. And so that's number one. We also have a bunch of rainfall down here, like I said, from Conway to Myrtle Beach down to Georgetown, the Tri-County area, and the coastal low country areas. But what's going on throughout the entire U.S.? Well, we do have some rainfall going on up there inside of Maine. We have some rainfall going on down into the southern New England areas. But mainly, we have a severe thunderstorm watch over here inside of Minnesota. That could cause some issues later on down the line. North Dakota getting in on some rainfall. Nebraska getting some storms. Arizona getting in on some severe weather as well. And overall, things are looking pretty good for the majority of us throughout the entire U.S. Do have some shower activity throughout the majority of the southeast, though. Now, in terms of cloud cover does look a little bit better, especially up there in the upstate, but overall, most of us are still mostly cloudy. I'm looking outside over here in the Tri-County area, and overall, we're still cloudy right now, not looking at anything else too bad. Now, what about for our cloud cover for the future? Well, as we push this over into tonight, going on over into tomorrow, this is tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, cloud cover continues to stay with us, but we do have some clear spots kind of moving in here and there, so it's not overall cloudy for like everybody 100% cloudy conditions. Even as we go over into around the nighttime hours of Tuesday going into Wednesday morning comes in and cloud cover again stays with us even as we head into the afternoon. Now, what's going on in terms of our current temperatures? Well, we're talking about 80 degrees over here inside of Hilton Head Island, even around 80 in Charleston, 78 in Somerville, 80 inside of Georgetown, even 81 in Murrells Inlet, 80 Myrtle Beach and 79 in Conway, 79 Florence and Sumter, even 79 in Lugoff, 80 Columbia and 80 in Newbury, 81 in Lawrence and 84 in Greenville, 83 Spartanburg and 81 in Gaffney. Now, what about for our air quality? Well, it looks like the majority of us are staying inside that good category, but there's a good amount of us that is trying to be inside of that moderate category there, from the Rock Hill areas down into the York areas, going down into Columbia, Augusta, all of these areas kind of staying in the moderate risk of air quality as we move over into tonight. And so if you're in those yellow areas, just make sure that you're paying attention. Now, what about for those low temperatures? We're talking about 69 in Spartanburg, 70, Greenville, Anderson, even Greenwood, 72 in Columbia and Orangeburg, 71, Walterboro, and 76 in Charleston, 76, Hilton Head Island, and 72 in Georgetown, 74, Myrtle Beach, and 73 in Florence and Sumter. High temperatures for tomorrow, we're talking about 84 in Greenville, 83, Spartanburg, even 88 in Columbia, 88, Sumter and Kingstree, 86 in Georgetown, 87 in Moncks Corner, Charleston, Hilton Head Island, 89 Walterboro, and 90 from Aiken down into Orangeburg. Now, what about for those heat index values as we move over into tomorrow? Well, it does look like that the majority of us gonna kind of stay in that 100-degree range, especially over there in the low country, 100 to 101, maybe even up to around 103, 4, 5 at the max there. in the low country. But everybody else outside of the low country seems to want to be inside that 90, maybe even 80-degree range as we go into these heat index values for tomorrow. Now, what about for rainfall? Rainfall, for the most part, again, kind of just scattered out there, and you have totals here and there. Just really just determining on where the rain happens, where the thunderstorm activity happens. All of that is crucial to knowing how much rainfall we could potentially see, because I can guarantee you, um, somebody in this area is going to overperform, like Florence, for example. Florence may see more than a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch, or Kingstree or Columbia may see more than a hundredth of an inch to a tenth of an inch. Winnsboro may see more than a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch. Same thing with Greenville, Spartanburg, then a quarter of an inch to a half an inch for like Anderson, Greenwood, going on into Georgetown, half an inch to an inch for Myrtle Beach, Charleston. All of these areas, it does have the potential there to potentially get more rainfall than what they bargained for. And then same thing over near the coastal areas. I see where some areas may get an inch to an inch and a half of rainfall. Now, what about for the SPC outlook? As you move over into tonight, thunderstorm activity is indeed possible for tonight. And in fact, if I go on and look at the radar right now, I can guarantee you that there is still some sort of thunderstorm activity going on right now, like over there inside of the kind of like the northwestern PD areas. There is a thunderstorm going on over there towards just to the north of Camden near like DeKalb, and over moving towards Bethune and Jefferson, South Carolina. Those areas about to receive some thunderstorm activity, if not already seeing thunderstorm activity. Now, tomorrow, we do have a risk of thunderstorm activity. In fact, it may even be severe. The dark green area up there inside the upstate, the Midlands, the PD areas, those areas have a 5% risk. Yes, a 5% risk of damaging winds as they move over into tomorrow. So if you're in that dark green area, again, that is a 5% risk of damaging winds. No risk for a tornado, no risk for hail or anything like that, but this is for tomorrow, Tuesday, August the 4th. Now, what about for Wednesday? Wednesday, again, a regular, normal thunderstorm day for all of us here in the state of South Carolina. And also for Tuesday, even if you're not inside the dark green, you still have a risk of thunderstorm activity, and you never know, the thunderstorms could be strong, producing gusty winds, small hail. Now, in terms of excessive rainfall, we do have a risk of excessive rainfall still for tonight. In fact, they just issued a mesoscale discussion for heavy rainfall over the next 3 hours. It says a few clusters of storms developing just inland from the coast of the Carolinas have a history of producing rainfall rates of up to 3 inches per hour. Flash flooding is possible. And so we definitely are still seeing flash flooding even as we move over into tonight. So we're not done with it yet. We're not done with it yet. Tomorrow, again, we're going to go through the same thing. Isolated flash flooding, once again, possible from the upstate down into the low country and the coastal Grand Strand areas. And then as we move over into day 3, which is on Wednesday, isolated flash flooding again up here from Greenville to Spartanburg to Gaffney, Union, Rock Hill, Greenwood. All these areas have a risk of isolated flash flooding. And then day 4, this is on Thursday here. Thursday, another risk of isolated flash flooding for the entire state of South Carolina. Yes, everybody is included in this risk here for Thursday. Friday comes along for the upstate, the Midlands, the PD areas, another day of isolated flash flooding. So the main threat here as we move throughout the next 4 or 5 days or so, flash flooding will continue for us, especially as we move later on into around like Thursday and Friday. But my point still stands true. Gradual drying trend may arrive late this week. I still am kind of fixated on that, and we're going to talk about that and why that may happen as we get later on into the week, into like the weekend time frame. So let's go and take a look at the crazy score. We were at like a 57 earlier, but the conditions point level did go down, I think, a little bit. So, and then also the alerts tab did as well. But for right now, we're at a 46. 30 points on the alerts tab and 16 points on the conditions tab. The reason why we are here is really just because, number one, flash flood warning, that's what's really carrying this whole operation in terms of these points in the alerts tab over there. Again, for North Hartsville going down to Clyde, South Carolina. That's what's causing this whole thing to really get going and really get up there. Conditions, though, obviously we're seeing a lot of rainfall, even some thunderstorm activity over there in the PD area. So definitely continue to stay weather aware here. And then in terms of the models, it's model time. Time is at the bottom part of your screen. If you want to, please keep that in mind, as I would definitely recommend you do so, because that's very, very important to look at. So we're going to start off here at 8 o'clock p.m. And just as we move to around 9 p.m., 10, even 11, 12 o'clock in the morning, we go into tonight all the way over into around 1 a.m., 2, 3, 4 a.m. And rainfall, thunderstorm activity still with us. That's why I said flash flooding not going to be over until late tonight. We move over to around 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and we still see some rainfall activity. Definitely not as heavy, but watch as we move once again back into the afternoon, 1 to 2 p.m. More shower activity, more thunderstorm activity up there starting to form in the upstate. The PD area may try to get a little bit as well. And watch how it kind of tries to circle its way in as we get later on into Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning. Rainfall activity kind of near the coastal areas moving on there. But then as we get into Wednesday afternoon, rainfall activity kind of continues its way up into the upstate and then more into the Midlands and PD areas once again. So rainfall activity definitely is trying to continue its way through as we move over into the next 48 hours. Not a shocker. We were expecting that. And that's why we have a multitude of days in terms of flash flooding, is just because of all of these showers and storms that could potentially produce that activity. Now, what are we looking at in terms of total precipitation over the next 48 hours? Well, for a couple of us, we could see as low as a tenth of an inch to maybe even no rainfall. There is a good shot. There is a good shot over the next 48 hours that there will be somebody that receives barely any rainfall to no rainfall at all. That's a possibility. So if you are a part of that group, very sorry about that, but obviously nothing I can really do about it except for just continue to forecast and see what we have on for the future. So that is a possibility, though I think that might be the possibility for areas like in the upstate, maybe in the Midlands a little bit. But again, this is just one model. But again, isolated flash flooding, that's not everybody. And there may be some areas that may get, 4 to 4.5, 5 inches of rainfall. We just saw 6 inches of rainfall over there near the Hartsville area. So, some spots over the next 48 hours could definitely see a good amount of rainfall of up to 4, 5, 6 inches of rainfall over the next 48 hours. It's possible for sure. And to prove that it is possible, let's go in and look at the precipitable water values up inside of the atmosphere. Well, as we move 48 hours out, you can see 2 inches or so, but I want to push this back a little bit to kind of show more into tonight. This is around 8 o'clock p.m. You see precipitable water values of up to 2 to 3 inches of rain up in the atmosphere that if it was to fall, that's what it could potentially produce. And so this is what we're looking at here. Even in the upstate, you see around an inch or so. So the values are high. They could, potentially get even higher in some spots. But for right now, we definitely are looking at a good amount of rainfall potential in the atmosphere here. So what happens as we move over into the GFS for the long-term future? This is kind of where the main portion of the forecast kind of comes in. A gradual drying trend may arrive late this week. And this is all what I want to go on and talk about. So as we go on and start this over into the next 48 hours, this is going to go to the long-term future first. This goes over into the 48-hour mark. We push this forward. As we move through Wednesday, going into Thursday, you can already see going into Thursday at around 2 p.m., you're not seeing too much in terms of rainfall and storm activity. Even as you move into Thursday evening, you see some more shower and storm activity, but it looks more just like almost your regular shower and storm activity that you see like on a summer basis. Even Friday doesn't really look all that bad either. Then as we move into the weekend, overall things are starting to kind of stay a bit calm and not really getting too active at times, like the morning times. You may see a couple of showers late night going to early morning, but as you get more into like the later morning, the early afternoon, you're kind of starting to see that summer activity, that summer pattern take shape as we move later on. Now, as you go over into Monday of next week, going over into Tuesday, we start to see some more of that activity come back, and even we see a little storm system trying to make its way in as we move over into Wednesday. We move over into Thursday of next week, even Friday of next week, going into the weekend. Good amount of rainfall activity definitely is possible as we move over into the week after next week. Now, I know that's a long ways away. That's a long ways away, I know. But just something to kind of keep an eye on and to kind of see. And to show an even better view of it, let's go in and take a look at the JMA model. This is kind of showing us what's going on in terms of the atmosphere. This is what we see here from around 2 p.m. here on August the 3rd. So today. As we go in and move this forward, the time's at the top right corner of your screen for this one, you can see that low pressure starting to form down there over inside of the south. And so this is what we call a cutoff low. The low is cut off, obviously, from where it usually is supposed to be up there inside of the north. And you can see how it's connected, but you see how it gets cut off abruptly by obviously the jet stream there. And then it kind of stays down inside of the south and kind of just fizzles out, dies out. But one thing that you do notice is as we get later on into the week, we do see a low pressure that tries to form like right here. It's kind of hard to see, I know. But if you get to around August the 12th here, that goes into midweek next week, see a low pressure maybe trying to get going over, North Carolina. And so this is what we're watching here for a potential another system to potentially come in next week, going into that midweek time frame, and it kind of goes off into the Atlantic. Now, what it does after that, that's a great question, but that is something that we may have to watch for there as it's done. What will it do afterwards? Now, the main thing that I am also watching for as well, watch over here for August the 7th. This is later on into the week, going into the weekend. High pressure over here in the Atlantic. That's going to produce some nicer weather, maybe not completely dry weather, but it will produce some nicer weather for us over here in the state. And so that will also try to provide us with some more relief there. But that won't stop the train of low pressures going on up here, like up there in Canada. You can kind of see this green blob. That's another low pressure system up there that may try to traverse its way through later on into the weekend. And then as you look over into the rainfall rates here, you can see, it may try to impact us a little bit, but overall not as much as like up there inside like the north and the northeast, because that's where they're kind of having like that boundary in between the high pressure and between the ridge and the trough there. So that's kind of what we're seeing there in terms of the official pattern here and the pattern breakdown. Now, what's going on in terms of the official rainfall rates over, the next 384 hours? Well, according to the models here, this is from the GEFS over the next 384 hours. They have us around 2 to maybe even 4 inches of rainfall, 2 to 4 inches of rainfall over the next 384 hours, according to the GEFS. So again, 2 to 4 inches of rainfall over the next 384 hours, according to the GEFS. That's a good amount of rainfall there. Definitely a good amount of rainfall, but I do think that, it does make sense. It does make sense. It's definitely still a good amount. I'm not going to sit here and harp and say, oh, we need to see more, we need to see this and that, because obviously, as we know, we are inside of a drought right now. So, good amount of rainfall. I think that could we, potentially see more? Absolutely. It's summertime thunderstorms. We just saw a storm system today produce 6 inches of rainfall. This is, again, just an average, not just, one thing kind of put together and saying, oh, well, this is what it is. No, it's an average of the GFS deterministic models, all 51, put together to kind of show us what we could potentially see over the next 384 hours. Does not really account for flash flooding like that. Now, what about for the European? The European model, for the most part, kind of has us around 2, again, to maybe even 4.5 inches of rainfall, if not even more than that, near the coastal areas. And so that's a bit of a flip, almost, because the GEFS kind of showed a lot of that rainfall towards the upstate. The European, more towards the eastern side, towards the coastal area. So, again, good amount, and in fact, I probably would rather favor this situation over here with the European, just because the drought's more prolific down here towards the more southeastern areas in the eastern parts of the state. So now, what are we looking at in terms of temperatures? Because obviously, precipitation, important, but temperatures also can drive a lot. So what happens as we move over into tonight? We go over into tomorrow. we're still looking a bit cool. Even as we move into Wednesday and Thursday, we still are seeing some cooler air kind of move in. But watch as we get into Friday. Watch as we move over into Saturday and Sunday. We're around 10 degrees above average as we move over into Sunday there. And then as we move over into Monday and Tuesday, still around 10 to 15 degrees above average here. Then as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, potentially, I was talking about another potential storm system that may try to set up, may try to bring us some more cooler air as we move over into Wednesday evening or so. And then that kind of just moved its way out and produces some cooler air over us in the state. Now, as you go over into the weekend after next weekend, again, more warmer air tries to take place once again. So, cooler air, for the most part, does try to impact us a good little bit. Definitely does, but warmer air tries to take back pretty quickly. But I am watching for that cool down next week. Seeing what's going to happen there as we move over into that time frame. The forecast map right now, it doesn't really show much right now in terms of any sort of major cold fronts kind of moving through. It has a stalled front over us just due to that trough and that cutoff low, but for the most part, doesn't really show anything too bad right now. Now, what's going on in terms of our actual temperatures themselves? Well, as we move over into tonight, going over into tomorrow, we know what's going to happen there. Wednesday, though, moving up into the 90s. Even on Thursday, we may even see some mid to upper 90s moving into Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday comes along, and we are still staying in that mid to upper 90 range. Even as we move into next week, into around like Thursday, moving over into Friday or so of next week, we are looking for some more warmer air to potentially try and come in. But on that Wednesday, moving over into that Thursday and that Friday, it does seem to stay more on the cooler side, just due to that cold front that we potentially will see here as we move over into the week after next week, Saturday. Or the week after this week, Saturday. So that's just kind of what we're looking at here in terms of our actual temperatures. And, we can look at feel-like temperatures, but to be honest, we know we're going to get back up into the hundreds. This is like already on Thursday. We're trying to get back up already. Friday going into Saturday. And then even Sunday moving forward. I think it's going to get hotter the more we move closer into next week. And then in terms of our temperatures over 200 plus hours and just in terms of a pattern, honestly looks like it could be a pretty hot mid-August going into even the later portions as well. And that's pretty much all I have to say there. So that's all that I'm really talking about here for those areas there. Again, I kind of said we touch on the tropics here, and no tropical cyclone activity is expected during the next 7 days. Nothing to be concerned about right now. Obviously, we're just kind of watching to see how this low pressure kind of forms as it moves its way off of the coast, and kind of see what it does there. But again, not too concerned about it right now. I wouldn't even be. We're gonna pay attention to it, but I really wouldn't even be watching it too closely, just because it's going to move away, and overall, really not cause us too much of anything. Now, the one next week, as we go in and move off, as it goes on and moves off the coast, that may be something to go in and watch for. But again, that's still even like just something to watch for, just to see if it does anything at that point. So again, nothing too concerning there either. And so that's pretty much all I have to say there. So let's go on real quick and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say here for tonight. We're going to start off with my Aunt Lula, who was here first tonight. She says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Hopefully everyone had a blessed day. Well, I did. Thank you so much for that. Today's high in Georgetown was 87 degrees. Currently it's 77. Georgetown had around 0.74 inches of rain shower, so 0.01 inches shy of 3/4. Presently, it's still raining as we speak. Well, at my house right now, currently it's 78. High temperature for today seems like yeah, there we go. Oh, maybe not. I guess not. Oh, there we go. High temperature for today was around 88, and it was around 0.72 inches of rainfall. So I was around 0.02 inches shy of your 0.74 there. So good amount for both of us. Good amount for both of us right now. My Nana says, hello, Jane-all. Hello to you. A really nice day. I enjoyed the rain. It has really cooled off a lot since the rain. I will be heading to bed right after the call. Good sleeping weather. Absolutely. Then my Aunt Lula comes back and says, in spite of the rain, in which I'm not complaining about, was pretty comfortable. All this rain will definitely help the drought. Earlier, we did have some thunderstorms. Yes, I had some thunderstorms kind of move by my location. Wasn't too bad, though. You know, we had one kind of mid to kind of loud boom. But, I mean, other than that, that was about it. Then Mr. Anthony says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Trail says, greetings, everyone. On a call, be back. And then Thad says, please send me some of that rain. Good evening, just from the 360 Weather family. I trust all as well. It was another very hot day here in San Antonio. We had a high of 98 and currently 94. Currently 94 degrees at which for you would be 7:26 p.m. right now over there in Texas. But that's all that I can say here in terms of the chat. I don't see anything else for me. If you want to go on and put something inside the chat, you can. You just have to be a subscriber, I think, for at least 24 hours before you can put something inside the chat there. But yes, you have to be a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber right now and you want to go on and type something in right now and you have the ability to, please go on and do so. We'll come back to it. So let's see what the top fan question of the night for tonight is. You might be asking, top fan question, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the question where I go in and see who is paying attention. Whoever can get this question correct will be the top fan of the night for tonight. And tonight's question, honestly, I'm thinking about making it kind of easy. Maybe. Easy for some. If you were paying attention, though, because I've said it a couple of times, you should get this easily. But let's see who was paying attention. There was 2 areas that I called out inside of the flash flood warning. What were those? Well, if you can name one of the 2 areas, so technically 2 people can get this correct. So if you can name one of the 2 location that was included inside that flash flood warning, you can easily go on and do that by going on and typing that inside the chat. Whoever gets it first and gets it correct will win top fan of the night for tonight. But while they're going on and answering that, let's go on and talk about the 4 areas outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, 4 areas, what am I talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as well as Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these 4 areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly. And because they tune in almost nightly, we go on and talk about their areas for them. Starting off with San Antonio first, you have low temperatures tonight at 77, high temperatures for tomorrow at 99. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 77 as well. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow. But as we move over into your future, continuing just to stay sad for you. I'm honestly so sorry for you at this point. You guys are going through it right now. In fact, I did want to go in and take a look at the drought for you, actually, because I know y'all were looking good. For the most part, better at least than what you were looking at. And right now, you are still inside of that D0, so you're technically not even inside of a drought right now, but you want to see that rainfall still, because the thing is if you don't see the rainfall, then that drought could potentially grow back again, and that's not what we want to see. You don't want to see that again. So hopefully you do get some more, but for the next 7 days, I'm not seeing it. It's just going to continue to stay hot for you up into the upper 90s, and even as you go into the week after, still going to continue to be hot. Now, what about for Raleigh? You have low temperatures tonight at 71, high temperatures for tomorrow at 82, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 72. Chance of thunderstorms for tonight. Tomorrow, thunderstorms are expected, and then tomorrow night, chance of thunderstorms there once again. Now, what's going on in terms of severe weather, excessive rainfall? Well, for right now, in terms of severe weather, it does look like that you are inside of the clear. Does look like that you are inside of the clear there. Excessive rainfall-wise, you definitely are not. Tonight, isolated flash flooding is possible as you move into tonight. Tomorrow, same thing. Wednesday, you're right on that border, so it could expand towards you. Same thing with Thursday. And then Friday, another risk of isolated flash flooding here. Now, as we move over into your future, it does look like that you will continue to stay up into the upper 80s, maybe even get into the low 90s as you move over into next week. And then precipitation-wise, you're going to continue to stay active for you even as you move later on into Monday of next week. Now, for Philadelphia, before we go on and move to there, let me see if we have any answers, and we do, and one of the answers is correct. My Aunt put Hartsville, really North Hartsville, but I didn't see anybody else put North Hartsville here, so I'll give you this one for tonight. And there is still one more location. I said it earlier. And by the way, you could really, realistically, really just go on and check out the scweather360.com account and kind of see what the other location is. I mean, I'm just being honest. You can really just go on and check it out on the scweather360.com account. What page is it on? Well, you should be, well, you can go in and figure that out. But it's there, and if anybody, wants to go in and check it out first, you can get the answer correct for tonight. But my Aunt Lou did get the first one for tonight, so I'll go in and give her a round of applause for that. But moving on, we're going to go over into Philadelphia. You have low temperatures tonight at 67, high temperatures for tomorrow at 86, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 69. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow, but as you move into Wednesday onward, going to continue to stay active for you. In fact, those temperatures are going to jump up into the 90s as you move over into this weekend here. Now, what's going to happen in terms of severe weather? Technically, for some reason, you do have a risk of some isolated damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour tonight, even though you have no chance of rainfall. In fact, there's quite literally no rainfall happening around you right now either, so maybe that was from earlier. That, could possibly be the case. It was updated at 3 o'clock, so the severe threat could have already passed by now. Now, as you go over into excessive rainfall, does look like you do have a risk for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, isolated flash flooding is possible for you. And then finally, Duncan, Oklahoma being the last location. Low temperatures tonight at 72, high temperatures for tomorrow at 105, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 75. No precipitation for the next 24 hours. And, even though you and San Antonio kind of on the same wavelength, you actually do have a chance of rainfall. In fact, thunderstorm activity Thursday night moving over into Friday. So you have some good news there that you may see some rainfall. Heat-wise, you're also going to continue to just stay hot. Just continuing to stay hot for you. And that's pretty much all that I have to say here in terms of those 4 areas. I don't see anything else out of the chat here, so let's go ahead and see real quick what is going on throughout the entire U.S. weather news-wise. Well, extreme heat will continue across the southwest U.S. as temperatures may top 120 degrees. Yes, you heard that correctly. 120 degrees over there in the southwest. That's California. That's over there in Nevada. That's over there inside of Arizona. Those areas over there could potentially receive some very, very hot temperatures. For example, in Las Vegas right now, the temperature is 111. Yes, as we currently speak. In fact, that's the high temperature. Same thing as you move over into tomorrow and the day after that. So, Las Vegas is one of those areas that is currently super hot in right now. Over there towards Death Valley in California, it's also going to be extremely hot over in those areas as well. That's over there inside of this area. In Death Valley, California, it's going to be up to around, again, 120 to 122 degrees. In fact, I think it's so hot, I don't even know if the location is actually even registering properly. It's that hot outside. And somehow the heat index is somehow lower than the actual temperature itself. So I don't know what's going on there. But as you move later on into the Friday and Saturday portion of this week, you're going to the weekend over there in Death Valley. It's going to be near 125, close to 130 degrees. So, yeah, it's going to be hot. It's going to be excruciatingly hot over there. And so, that's what's going on over there inside the West. That heat may expand across the West even more, and maybe even into the south central U.S., over there inside of Oklahoma and Texas and Kansas, into the middle of the month. Severe thunderstorms capable of severe wind gusts and large hail will also be the primary hazard today across the northern plains into the upper Midwest. Rainfall could be locally heavy and potentially produce some flash flooding across the eastern U.S. moving over into tonight/tomorrow. And that's pretty much all that I have to say here in terms of the official weather news over here for the U.S. I don't see anything else for me here inside of the chat. The other answer was Clyde, South Carolina. That was the other answer. And so Again, congratulations to my Aunt Lula for being the only winner for tonight. Again, give her another round of applause. And then in terms of honorable mentions, my Nana was an honorable mention, as well as Thad as well. So congratulations to the two of y'all for being honorable mentions for tonight. If you want to be just like them, you can by joining us here at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, being a subscriber, being active, and just overall paying attention, because you never know what I could ask, and you also never know what I could go on and check for, seeing who was here first, who sent me in a submission over on scweather360.com. And speaking of that, we did get a picture yesterday. It was at 8:03. I didn't see it in time. Over there from Thad, over there in San Antonio, he sent in this picture from his car, and this was around close to 4 o'clock right here. It's 3:59. And you can see 100 degrees outside, according to his car there. So thank you so much for sending in that picture. You want to go in and send me in a picture, you can. Send it to scweather360.com and then go to the Submit Photos tab. Again, that is scweather, right here, scweather360.com. You can go on at the top, and you can see all these pages. Click on Submit Photos, and then you can do it here. Put in your file, name, email, location, date taken, and then you even put some a description on there if you want to go in and put something there. And so that's all I have to say there. Thank you so much again for that picture over there in San Antonio, and that's all I have to say here for tonight. So I will be back tomorrow morning for your Tuesday morning forecast update. Also tomorrow evening for your Tuesday evening forecast update, 8 o'clock p.m. if everything does go to plan. And I'll be back then. Hit those two buttons before you leave if you're new. Subscribe, like. We're at 818, trying to get to that main goal of 900.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk, you knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk and you talk that talk, you knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, how, how.
Hey. boom, boom, boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk, you knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk and you talk that talk, you knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, how, how.
Hey. the way you talk. When boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk and you talk that talk. You knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, 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 how.
Hey.